Walton. Put your hands together.
Keep it going for Marcia, yo. Marcia, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Talent to be reckoned with. Thank you very much. Man, let me tell you something. I grew up in New York City. I've been here for about 4 years. I love North Carolina, but I just found out, in about 4 years, there's some things you can get in North Carolina you can't get in New York City. Like parking, all right? And I ain't talking about good parking. I mean any parking. Like this shit out here, you don't see that nowhere in New York City. True story. A couple months ago, I was in New York City. I was in Midtown Manhattan, looking around, trying to find some good parking. I saw a sign, special today. I was like, I need a deal. And the sign said, special today, parking, $35 for the first 30 minutes. $15 for the next 6 hours. I was like, what kind of bullshit is this? I'm just trying to park my car, not mortgage this bitch. But you don't have that problem in North Carolina. But maybe I'm in the minority. All right, how many people like to go downtown Greensboro? Anybody like to go downtown? Yeah. And how many people have problems finding a parking space down there? Yeah? Okay, a few of y'all. All right, let me ask y'all something. Did y'all ever see that parking garage on Green Street in between Elm and Washington? You did? All right, I got 4 words for you. When you hear these 4 words, every time you see that garage, you'll remember this because you never have a parking problem in Greensboro. That shit is free! We ain't got free parking space garages in New York City. You know what you would need? And they would love that. And that no 4 or 5 story parking garage or nothing like that. We need like a 30, 40 stories high, skyscraper parking garage. You can take care of 3 problems with this parking garage, all right? 1, you take care of the parking problem. People parking there for weeks. 2, you take care of the traffic problem. And 3, you take care of the homeless problem because everybody was going to live it up in here. So that's how it's going to be. But I love North Carolina. It's been a source of a lot of milestones for me this year. For example, earlier this year I turned 50 years old. I turned 50. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Thanks. And also, I got recognized in my job, 25 years on the job. I've been in the same company. So they gave me a nice little award for that.
Okay.
Yeah. And something really near and dear to my heart, my wife and I, just a week ago, we celebrated our wedding anniversary, 8 years of happy marriage. So, that's out of 18 total years of marriage. So, you might not want to clap for that. But, marriage is a cool thing. It's a great institution, and I can tell from all the institutions I checked myself into over the same period of time, it's not been pretty. But you got to have some agreements. You got to have some. You got to be able to meet her halfway. My wife and I have some solid agreements. Like for example, when she cooks, I do the dishes. When I cook, I do the dishes. That's how it works. When she come home from work, we talk about her day. When I come home from work, we talk about her day. And sometimes she let me get a few words in edgewise, like, just exactly what did that bitch supervisor have you doing today, But I know my chores. I know what I'm supposed to do every night. I take the trash out. Doesn't matter who cooked it. I take it out. So we know what we got to do there. But the most important thing in an established relationship like that is the kids. Give it up for the kids, ladies and gentlemen. They're our future. Teach them well. Let them lead the way. That's our path to tomorrow. That's all a crock of bullshit, I tell you, man, these kids. Because, we talk about how great they are for the future, but that's because in the present, they are kicking our ass every day. You see, they laugh right here. They know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you, girl? My wife and I, for example, we have 3 kids, 1 of each. And they seem like they're 3 different animals. Did they grow up in the same house or what? I'll give you an example. I got let's start off with my daughter. She's my princess, the daddy's girl, love her to death, and all of that. Also a crock of bullshit, man. Because when you're the princess, you let her get away with all kind of shit you ain't supposed to let her get away with. And it ain't right. When you think about it, you wouldn't ordinarily let somebody get away with it. Just last week, as a matter of fact, school started, and I got this from my daughter. I think I want to kill myself. My teacher said if I don't get my report in, I'm going to fail the class. I hate my teacher. I hate my school. And I hate you for making me go there. Daddy! And I'm like, usually I let it go, but I had to put my foot down on this one. I said, look, first of all, they're not called teachers. They're college professors. All right? That's first off. Second of all, I didn't make you go to school. You chose to go to night school. That's second of all right? And third of all, if you don't want to go there, fine. We'll trade places. You go. I'll go to school, and you come home and take care of your kids. That's how we'll change that thing around for you, all right? So, but that's my daughter. Then I got my son, my oldest son, Junior, and I remember him taking acting classes and nothing like that. But he brings so much drama to everything. He's the drama queen of the family, all right? And then every time he hears something he don't approve of, he gives me this face. He gives his face to look like this. Like he's gonna kick my ass, So wait a minute, this is how it goes, but I can't get him to do nothing. That's the problem. I can't get him to do nothing in the house. Just like so the other day, I said, look, man, don't you care about how I look around here? Won't you take care of these dishes? Well, I don't know. Don't you care about what we drink around here? I looked in the refrigerator, there's no Minute Maid lemonade or fruit punch. What's that got to do with cleaning the dishes and the sauces here? What's up with that? So, when you gonna go upstairs and clean up your room? Well, I don't know. When is President Obama going to the Gulf Coast to clean up the oil spill? What the hell has that got to do? So, we got the big girl, the old girl, and then the drama queen, and then of course, we have the youngest one. That's Lorenzo. He's the youngest kid, and he's 15, and what they used to call, he's like the mama's boy. What do you call him? The dummy. That's what we call him, the dummy. The dummy, because it's not like he's a dumb kid or anything. He just does dumb things. Like he'll get A's and B's on his report card. He'll get A's and B's on his tests. He'll get C's and D's on his report card. You know why? Because he don't do his homework. Now that's just dumb. Now how you gonna be so smart and not do your homework? And I asked him, what's up with the deal? What's the deal? How come you're not doing your homework? And then he tries to get all cool like he's my boy, Pops, like what had happened was, right? Like, I did the homework, right? But I just didn't turn it in. You know what I'm saying? And we've been having some problems with this kid, just trying to get him to do stuff. It's hard to communicate to him. So I had to do what any normal, responsible parent had to do in this case. Yeah, I texted him. That's right, I had to text him. Because, you can't get through otherwise. So I tried to meet him halfway, So I said, all right, I got to texting with him, because I do a little texting on the side. So text him, you got to use abbreviations. I say letter U, you got the character count you're worried about. You little SOB. That's why I started. You little SOB. You don't do your homework again, I will F you up. That's what I tell him. LMAO. So needless to say, he's doing his homework. But before I go, let me just tell you the most important thing I learned in my years of marriage. And I learned that I finally qualified to answer the number one question that couples have before they get married. And that question is the sex going to be as good 20 years from now as it is when we first start now? Isn't that the right question? Isn't that the question all the couples have? Well, at least all the men have that question. I know that. Right? All right, well, anyway, from my experiences, let me give you the answer to that question. And the answer is, if the sex is good when you first starting out, and you find a way to love each other the entire time through your relationship, then that's not going to change. Sex will still be good. You'll have a good time. Sometimes it'll be better. In my case, it's better. Now, what does change, however, is the sexual conversation. Oh, you ain't talking about the same shit now that you was talking about 20 years from now, 20 years ago. Because 20 years ago it was all about, the feelings and emotions and all of that. So, it's still hot back then. Back then, my wife and I, or wife-to-be or whatever, would go at it, and then we finish up, and she might start the conversation something like this. Man, that was hot. I love you so much. I like the move you did with the right leg and the twist. Oh, yeah, we gotta do that again sometime. And I'll say, oh, you wanna do that tomorrow when we go to bed, babe? Oh, no, Big Daddy. You take a nap. We're gonna do that in like an hour or two. Yeah, that was in the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, now it's 2010. She ain't saying that shit no more. Now it's a totally different, because now the emotions and the feelings, all the performance, all that all changes into expectations. So now it's a totally different conversation. Now my wife and I go at it. It doesn't even matter how good it is. It could have been mind-blowing sex. Now the conversation will start something like this. Lorenzo got a D on his history test yesterday. Don't forget, it's Thursday, baby. You got to take out the trash. My supervisor at work is such a bitch. Wait a minute, baby. What about that move I did with the left leg and the 360-degree turn? Don't you want to do that again, like an hour or two? She's like, shit. I can barely keep my eyes open. I'm going to sleep. That's my time. I'll see you. Take it away. Thank you very much.
Yeah! Yeah,